Gentlemen, I'm sorry to call this meeting. I know you have just appointed me as the head of marketing and future research and business dynamics. Jonathan, and Matthew, if you'd please have a seat, we can get this started. I know we're all a little bit distraught about Daft Punk breaking up. That was earlier today, but we really need to have a discussion. Since you've hired me to oversee the operations of Grado Labs and sort of aim towards the future with the influence of the people who are behind me, which is the 200,000 subscribers that I bring to the channel, we have to talk. Because Grado has not had the greatest reputation, and it's taken a lot of efforts by me and others in the field to sort of sweeten the deal, so to speak, in Grado as far as terms of reliability and comfort and sound and features. And you have made inroads without me. I love the GW100s. A couple, fixes had to be gone on. We'll discuss those in a second. And now that I am in charge, the Grado Hemps, we have to discuss the Hemps. First of all, beautiful marketing campaign. Hemp. I love the whole marijuana leaves on the back. It's actually made of compressed hemp. That's fantastic. The price being set at $420 is really good. Like, you're really getting to the youth vote, so to speak, into it. But we have some problems. Number one, these are the best headphone you've ever made, and I don't know why you didn't make it earlier. I had previously stated in my public meetings with the YouTube that the Grado GW100s were the best headphone you had ever put out. And up until the Hemps, I stood by that. The thing about the GW100s is that these were a DSP corrected set. So the only way to get them to be good was to have, digital correction of all the shitty driver things that Grado usually has. And as you've seen with this pair, which is the pair I promote, these are not the stock pads, and I've had to add these are called Ditconi nuggets. They go on top to adjust it, and I've had to do very, very heavy manipulations to the headband. But once they're in running order, these are fantastic. So to my absolute surprise, when I got the Grado Hemps, when I purchased them, because for some reason you didn't send them to me, but when I purchased the Grado Hemps, because everyone's like, oh, Zeos. They call me Zeos on the internet. You have to try the Hemps because they are better than the GW100s, or at least in the same vein. I was at first obviously doubtful, and so I spent the money, and I got them, and they arrived in a standard Grado box. Which again, we'll get to that. I approve that, and I put them on, and I was indeed blown away by the sound I heard, because I've listened to many sets of Grados over the year, and I don't think there is a better set. Grado. I don't think there is a better set that you have ever produced. And I have GS1000s, as you can see on my wall there. I have those up there. Those were $1,000 units, and I bought them because I thought they did certain things very well. And here we are, I think 8 or 9 years after that set was manufactured, and you have destroyed the sound of the old flagships with these. But everything else remains and is, as the kids call it, shitty. So we're going to discuss what you need to change to make this a world-class headphone. Because right now, it's going to be only bought by several people who get the meme or listen to one of my ramblings on the YouTube. So, starting off, out of the box, what are these pads? No, you know what? We're not going to start on the pads yet. We're going to start on the wire, because that's the most important part. In case you haven't checked the calendar, gentlemen, it's 2021. Nobody wants an attached cable. Number two, nobody wants an attached vacuum cord. These are very lightweight drivers that do not require a lot of amperage. You're not spinning motors in this. Why the fuck are we still using this cord? And lastly, and I could almost get by with the attached stupid cord, why are you folding it in a way in the box that when I take it out and unwire tie it, it will stay janky? And that is the official term for this on the internet. Kids all say janky. Why does it stay janky forever? Is this a joke? And the fact that it bends here to the split, and there's these two kinks in the split that never come out, and in fact, one will hit you in the chin. I don't understand, Jonathan, Matthew. Who is responsible for this? Who is holding on to this? We should have abandoned this 5 years ago. The Chinese are killing us. And every brand, every headphone almost, except for certain Audio-Technicas, have detachable cables. Why are you consistently the only ones that will not change up? This is not something from the past that I want to see continued. All right? Some things have to die, and this is one of those things. Now, beyond the wire, because I believe at the cost of this, which is $420, which I know the profit margins and how those are cycled in, you're going to be making a decent profit on this. If you were to say lose $3 a pair and spend that $3 getting very small MMCX or even 2.5 millimeter connectors and just insert those into the block instead of, this wire, which you still glue the drivers in place. So it's not easy for people who like to mod headphones, which I know are a small section of the community, to modify these. I think you could probably increase sales 50 to 80% just from a detachable cable, just from giving a cable. And I know we're all about it, made in America, made in New York, Brooklyn, and we can do that. You can take the cables, the wires you have already. You could take these giant, stupid wires and just solder tips onto the end of it. Again, it's going to cost money. It's going to take away from the profit margins. And I know we're on thin margins already, but we're talking about an increase in sales because people want that convenience. This is a rotary telephone in a world of smartphones. That's number one. That's the first complaint I have. The second complaint I have is why the fuck, whose brainchild, who, point at them, was this pad? Because I know Grados are pretty synonymous for having very small pads that have to break in or break your ears over time. But the exceptionalism of this pad, it almost looks like it's just a bumper for transportation. Like, I put them on and I've used them with this because I'm like, all right, this is obviously how they tune the sound. And I've never seen these cuts in the circle before. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's to do something sound-wise, but it can't be. It does add a little bit to the flexibility. Maybe there's some expansion. There's some R&D in this. I don't know. I only managed to get through a single 1 hour listening session before I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I took these pads off and I replaced it with not your G1000 pads, which, by the way, look exactly like this and are $45 a pair, but these are like $10. Excuse me. These are like $10 Chinese knockoff pads that I had to buy like 8 of them. 8 pairs of these because they fix so many headphones, not just Grados, but KPH30Is and KPH30Is and every Grado that's ever existed. I just bought a bunch of them. And you could use them to swap out. If you're wearing, I wear these headphones for hours a day, gentlemen. Hours a day. If I do a live stream, I have these on for 5 or 6 hours straight. And you know what? Sometimes doing heavy work, 3 hours in the middle of it, I'll peel the pads off and put a new set on, a dry set. So you have these in stock. I know you charge $45. We all know what they actually cost. We know what the Chinese knockoffs cost. And I hate to have to tell the customers after they buy these $420 headphones, well, now you got to throw away the pads that came with them because they're useless and install, decently comfortable pads, which is what the GS1000 pads are. And if we're going to talk a little bit about padding, like, I understand the whole design process is just like, let's just never change. Look, I'm all about that. I was all about never changing, but life goes on. So here we have a headphone that is designed exactly like all your other headphones, different material, much better driver and tuning. Like, these are the best sounding Grados ever made. They have low end. They are creamy and smooth. They're not harsh. They have soundstage. They are so open. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. And yet you shove it back into a glued enclosure, which could just be press fit at this point with a small thing. Again, I understand time and money. It's all it comes down to is time and money. And if you went for the meme of $420, if you raise the price of these headphones, gentlemen, to $500, could you accomplish all the things I'm asking for? Could you have a detachable cable? Could you have a driver? Or actually, it wouldn't even matter if the driver is removable. because if you have a detachable cable, there's no reason to get into it. So forget that. But what about trying it with these pads? Do you try all the headphones you design with larger, more comfortable pads? We should divert a little bit to the headband now, because I had high hopes after the GW100, because this, while I think parts of it are still not made in America, unless they are, I don't actually know. This system of sliding, which resembles the original system of sliding, actually is much more robust. This is a solid piece of plastic that has the slide go through it. And I'm like, wow, that's great, because the thing that failed on every Grado headphone in the history of Grado headphones is the split that usually holds the metal slider. And to my chagrin, and to the chagrin of my fans, we're back to the same headband. The exact same headband, like nothing's changed. And I know it's like, oh, I don't know who the customer base is that is imploring you to just keep this old style and tech, but they need to just go away. Push them into the ocean. Because I have an entire society of young professionals, blue-collar workers, audio enthusiasts, hackers, Russian truck drivers, Antarctic explorers, everyone at NASA. I have these people lined up to get into Grado headphones, except you just will not change with the times, and not just improve like fully, just basic, very basic upgrades. This headband design, I have had to manipulate this headband into a shape, and I don't know if you intend people to do this, because when it comes out of the box, it is an uncomfortable headband. It is an uncomfortable headphone. The pads are terrible, and the shape of this headband has to be bent, sort of like a Frankenstein's monster, to have it come straight down and present it to your ears, or else it's trying to clamp so hard, and it's like, what is it doing? And I want to commend you on how lightweight the headphones are. Or at least it is until the wire starts picking up off the table, and then it's like, oh, the wire weighs as much as the headphones. So I'm going to summarize the changes that I think need to happen product line wise, not just for these, but for every Grado that you have produced and will produce in the future. Detachable wires need to become a thing. You can sell your own cables. You can sell them separately. You can sell different connectors. The modern age is all about balanced technology. People are running balanced portable devices. There are little portable dongles for people's phones. The inability to run balance because you are forced to use a 3.5 millimeter that comes attached to your cable and headphone is archaic. This is archaic, gentlemen. This is dead. And anybody who is an audio enthusiast wants to know exactly how a balanced tube amp or balanced Class A amp, or even just any amplifier that uses not this 4.4 Pentacon, something. You can sell a headphone with a standard cable and then have a secondary cable that you can buy in the store. The Grado Labs website looks fantastic. I don't know who you got to redesign it, but it actually has like vim and vigor, and it came with the same time as these came out, and I thought there was so many things that were going to happen. And you could sell detachable replacement Grado branded cables that plug in, and they could be MMCX to use lightweight IEM cables, or 2.5 millimeter, and you could sell your own. Other people can use their enthusiast cables that don't do anything, but they're beautiful cables nonetheless. And they would be able to take these headphones and hang them on a shelf without the problem of, what do you do with this that's just draping around the fucking... I hate it. We all hate it. All my clients behind me hate this. In fact, I will publish a comment section below this meeting, and in the future you'll be able to see the comments of the people who are observing, as the minutes of this meeting will be public knowledge, and they will tell you what they think of the wires that are attached to Grado headphones. I'm sure at least 1% of the people are going to be like, no, that's important that the wire is directly attached to the driver for the minimal loss of quality through the connector. 1%. If there is more than one comment in the comments that are like, oh, no, I absolutely love the attached wire, then we could just drop everything we're talking about right now. So sort the wire. This whole system where it just spins endlessly because you're using the same headband design that should have been phased out in 1993 when the scientific calculator took off. This has to go. I do like the leather. The quality of the leather on the headband is exceptional. The stitching is lovely, except for the very end. You have a couple loose threads here, which make, it's got a handmade feel. I agree, that adds a little bit to it. But there's also no padding in this. And if it wasn't for the lightweight, that would be unacceptable. That is part of the reason why these pads, these add-on pads, had to be added. Because the padding in this is almost non-existent. And having such a small man to rest on the top of a human head, which I don't know about you gentlemen, but I have a human head. So she has a human head. Everyone behind me has a human head. You need that sort of like attention to comfort. So I'm thinking an entire redesign. Now I have seen companies that are using the Grado as a model for future headphones, and they are doing is an Italian company that uses double drivers. That you look at it and go, is that a metal Grado headphone? And it's somebody in Italy who has double drivers, and the headband itself looks like this headband, but oh my God, the build quality. And that's a company that's in Italy making an Italian headphone, and they're charging $1,100, $1,200 for it. But I feel like if you just had if you're using the same headband for everything, even if it cost you twice as much as this headphone to make that actual head strap and mechanism here that doesn't allow it to spin past, which would not be a very difficult task, I feel like you could have a real winner. And just and then we have to discuss if you're going to keep this sort of foam pad, stop overcharging for them. Sell official Grado pads. I know they're slightly better as far as foam material goes, but $45? $45 for foam? For just foam? The box itself, excuse me, my gentleman, I'll put it down. The box itself has foam in it that I believe, this could be the related foam to that. This is not worth anything. Foam is not worth anything. If these cost you, and I haven't looked at the numbers yet, if these cost you more than $1 a pair to make in your foam, it's a lot, and you should change people who are making it for you. Oh, I want to state again, I really do like the packaging. I know a lot of headphone companies nowadays, Chinese companies especially, notorious for sending headphones with like intricate boxes and carrying cases and waterproof cases. And I like the fact that you do not, and you just give me something that I can throw away and no one cares about it because it's getting recycled or just thrown in the landfill. However, I think, again, your beautiful website, which should have an accessories section, should be selling replaceable cables and a case, because these are, in their current state, one of the most fragile headphones I've ever had to carry around. Again, I'm worried about the split here, and it just spinning, and then this plastic, and there's just very little pins in it, and what the wire gets tugged. But then you have to deal with the case with this wire hanging out of the case. So it's like, for your higher end headphones, which are specifically these, because I don't think you make a current headphone that is better than this, I think you should probably invest in some sort of actual carrying case. Just sell it separately as an accessory, that's fine. To talk about the actual headphones, the hemp, I do like that there is actual fur. Like there's actual, like, it's got like little pieces of hemp fur sticking out of it. It's a lovely touch. I think we're going to end this meeting now. I think I've told you everything I need to tell you about this headphone in order to improve it for the 2022 or 2023 sales year. You have such a good product here that I'm sorry that I turned into a Karen for a while there, but I need to speak to the manager. I need to speak to Grado's manager, because this is the best soup I've ever had. Why did your waiter come and pour it all over my lap? I didn't even try with the bowl. I just walked up and went, fuck it. And then, why? All right. I'm going to put you guys on hold, and I'm going to talk to my audience for a second. Hi, everybody. I'm Zeos Pantera. I'm not actually a marketing manager or director or anything. But I fucking love these headphones. Love. Like I've never done a skit like that before, but I'm sure they're going to watch this video. Someone's going to send it and someone else is going to send it. They're going to be like, where'd all the Hemps go? We sold all the Hemps out. I don't know. This guy Zeos, this internet dude. They fixed every problem I've had with Grado as far as sound goes. Which is a big chunk of things that were wrong. I've recommended Grado headphones, SR60Is, basically, or my like daily driver for a while. But they needed a pad change, and they have an attached cable, and it's like, they need a tube to fix the sound, and then there was no bass, and it was like, but these had bass, these are the GW100s, because they're self-powered. When you plugged them in to an amplifier, they sounded like normal Grados. And that just goes to show you that the driver in this was just a normal Grado driver that they DSP corrected the fuck out of and made it great. And whatever they did to this, they somehow physically and mechanically did it to the Hemps. The Hemps have the most bass I've ever heard in a Grado headphone. Ever. They are clearer, more vibrant, more fun. I'm running them on the Class A Singer, or I had them on the A90, and then I was going to hook up the Dark Voice. I had them on the tube upstairs. I had them on my Tor Roger upstairs. And there isn't a single place I've plugged these that has made them sound less than stellar. In the review of the Singer here, which is a Class A amplifier, which has to be delayed because they're not in stock, but there's a link in the description anyway. I basically stated that with the proper pads, because these do change the positioning of the sound. I went back to the stock pads before this review to give it like and it's like, oh yeah, no, there's a reason I swapped pads on these immediately, was because I heard the potential, even with these fucking shitty little donut pads. These are garbage. If I was putting them on the back here, you want to really, here, this is what they should be used for. They should be used to protect the wood or the hemp, which by the way is kind of awesome. That's made of hemp. Look, there you go. Now the whole thing's a giant pad, and I was actually keeping them like this for a bit. Because now you don't have to worry about it bouncing off. Oh, another thing I should have mentioned during the meeting. Oh, see, I've already fixed it. The left and right indicators on this, I had to draw my own R and L, because when it's down on a table and you're looking at it, you cannot tell left from right. There's nothing on the wire, and there's only on the very, very outside. And I kept having to and then pick it up. So having an indicator that I can actually see helps a great deal. Changing the pads on these is a requisite. It's a prerequisite. You can't. Pretend these are just there to protect the cups during shipping. You could try using them, and you're going to go, wow, these are fucking good. Why are they touching my ear? Like, KPH30Is are more comfortable than these stock. And like I said in the meeting, you have to take and manipulate the headband just to get that clamp off. And it's just spring steel. You could just do that. And if that's too far out and you got to move it down, I want them to sit lightly on my head. If that's too light, just take it, bend it back. Don't do that 500 times, but certainly 2 or 3 times you can go back and find the perfect clamp. The wire currently touching my fucking neck. The left-hand side wire, look at it bend up. This is my personal pair. I did personally buy it with my personal money, and I'm going to fucking destroy it by probably the way I'm going to do this, because they glue the drivers in place, which makes removing the driver and then dealing with the wire and soldering a thing. You can dissolve the driver glue with like acetone, but that involves putting like acetone on your brand new $400 headphone. I mean, I'm going to try to fuck it up anyway and cut things. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to end up, they literally just tie a knot. I think they tie a knot, or is that glue? They do something inside so you can't pull this out. I'm going to take the first inch of this, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to peel off this black plastic to expose the wires. I'm going to solder on either probably an MMCX connector, because these are so light that having an IEM cable would be perfect. I'm going to solder on an MMCX connector here, and then I'm just going to shove the rest of it back into the hole with some glue and hope to Christ that fits and works. Because I love these fucking headphones. Like it's an abnormal amount of audiophilia that I'm detecting in them. And you're going to ask me to compare against other things. Well, already said they're better than anything Grado's ever made, including these, and these are fucking good. They just sound, I don't want to use the term musical, but they sound more musical. And I thought it was a joke. Oh, the Hemps, there's literally a marijuana leaf on the side and they're cost $420. $420 for you elderly gentlemen. $420 is the day that everyone smokes pot. It's also Hitler's birthday. I don't know why that corresponds with that day, but that's the thing. So we've got $420 YOLO, smoke weed all day, every day, every day. Snoop Dogg could probably brought in, Snoop Dogg better. One of you had better send one of these to Snoop Dogg. But let's make some improvements first, because you don't want to have a bunch of them sell after Snoop Dogg promotes them. Because, I mean, they're called the fucking Hemps. It's just, it's a marketing, it's obvious. It took me 3 minutes to think about that. Like, hey, why doesn't fucking Snoop Dogg have a pair of these? And like I said, I would love to hear them fucking balanced. I would love to hear, just add that little bit of width. They actually need power. I have the Singzer on high gain right now. You could use them in low gain, but you pop everything up to medium gain, it's like, oh, there it is, it opens up. So not the easiest to drive Grado, which is different from most Grados, so usually easier to drive. So that's how I know they're using a different driver. Well, I know they're using a different driver because they're fucking amazing. Like, out of the box, like, boom. They're not treble murder. They're not dry and old Grados. Every Grado has this, like, it's like, oh, you got those? Okay, what amplifier are you using to try to fix them? And then what music are you using because it doesn't explode? The GS1000's up there. I got those for $400 or $500 used from a guy in, like, Iran? Saudi Arabia, Turkey, someplace in the Far East. And he was like, here, I bought them in Brooklyn, then brought them out here, then I brought them back to New York. It was a thing. It was like, felt very cyclical. And those headphones never come off the wall. Because I know to use them, I have to get a tube amp, and I have to listen to only strings or female vocalists. Anything that has low end, Daft Punk, God rest Daft Punk. I can't believe they broke up today. I was so angry. I listened to Touch straight through, and I just cried like a little bitch. Anything with low end would distort them. You would hear the driver just crashing. So it's like, oh, can't do that. Meanwhile, these, oh God, they're so comfy when you get them just right. They just need to make the design this, but not bad. They punch. Oh. This is a remix to Fall from the Tron Legacy soundtrack. I want to die wearing these. I literally want to just keep turning the knob until my eyeballs bleed, because I need more music. I don't think I've ever sung out loud to more music than the week and a half I've had these headphones. Like, I've said this before. Those of you who are diehard Z Reviews fans will know this. I don't take a headphone to bed with me unless it's fucking magical. The first one I did that with was the X2s. Not actually the X. Yeah, they were the X1s or X2s, which not that pair, my original pair that's hiding somewhere. Those headphones were like, holy fuck, headphones can do this? I couldn't stop listening, and I'm like, I'm gonna go to bed, but I'm gonna take this with me. And I just climb into bed with whatever the fuck. I think I had I was using the X205 balanced. Obviously not balanced, because I can't run it balanced, but I was using that. I just climbed to bed, and I'm like, I'm trying to lay on my pillow with these fucking things on my head. I'm like, how do I lay in bed? And then I finally got like straight up and just rested the giant pads on the pillow, and I'm just like, oh my fucking God. This is why I do this. That's how good they are. I didn't take the gold planars to bed. I was like, wow, these are fucking amazing. And I put them down and I went to sleep, and I got up and I listened to them again. But some headphones, they just have that little extra something that's like, you know what? I need to I just like a crack addict. It's like walking out of the rehab center, but I just need, like, give me some of this crack. Just to come with, this crack's got to come with me. Fuck. And I couldn't put them down. The problem is I can't stand them. This is... I have not modified any of my Grados. The 60s up there, or the 1000s. I was going to do the 1000s, and it never was important enough that I'm like, all right, I'll just deal with it because it's that. But I bought these, and I plan on using them, and I do not want to use them. It's like dad's belt for those of you who have just grew up in the South. This is like, why? It could be thin. It could be looped in the box. Just loop it in the box. You know it doesn't come off a fucking, it's not jiggy jagged like this. When they have it at the factory, it's a big long fucking 10,000 foot long spool of this. And they make the wires. And then for some reason they go, shove in the box. I don't even like it when they do that to the cords on fucking kitchen appliances. This has to hang on my head. It could be half the thickness, twice the softness, and looped. And I would almost be okay with an attached cable. Almost. And then put a 4.4 Pentacone on the end of it and give me an adapter. Every fucking Chinese IEM is 2.5 millimeter with an adapter to 4.4 or 3.5 or 1/4 inch. You're charging enough for a headphone like this. I know how much it cost you to make this headphone. I know exactly how much it cost you. Sure, there was R&D. Sure, you got to do some marketing, which Grado doesn't do marketing. But if this headphone costs you more than $50 out of the factory, you're doing your business wrong. You just are. The leather's nice. I'm talking about $50 cost, like absolute 100% cost, and then shipping it out. Make it cost $70 and raise the price $20, which I know $440 wouldn't make sense because you're going for the $420 thing, but I'm just talking about in general. Whatever you add on to the cost of the build to improve it, just take that $1 for $1 and put it at the end. And just boom, there you go. We fixed your headphones. I don't know how long that skit went. Probably felt like 16 minutes for that, and this is probably another 16 minutes. We're probably at 31 minutes, 32 minutes right now. I sound demoed these. I don't remember if it came out good. Almost nothing can capture the airiness of these. The airiness of putting them on, because that's one of the things I loved about the GS1000s or the 60s. Once you put the big pads on it, and again, these are just whatever Verver pads or Mastroska whatever's. They're just foam, and you have to get used to that like feel. But you put them on, and they don't block sound. They just hold this headphone away from your head, and sound travels in and out, and air travels in and out. And so when things project sound out of it, keep bringing back fragments of time. I literally can't stop singing. Every time I turn the volume up, it's like, oh, fuck, this should not be someone's introduction to audiophilia, because this is endgame audiophilia. This is exactly what I imagined the fucking haughty-taughty rich assholes sitting in like a smoking club in Manhattan. You know, they've all got the wood and the cute pool tables, and you have to have like a third generation investment banker to even get an invitation to be a member for $200,000 a year. I imagine there is a room, and they sit in this room with the lamp, the old style brass lamp, and they're smoking cigars, and there's a fucking there's a tube amp there. And then this is the sound that rich asshole gets to listen to while he smokes his cigar and checks his stocks. This sort of like luxurious audiophilia. Because the capabilities of this are fucking endless. And I'm amazed they hadn't charged more than $420. But because they don't know what they got. This is not your granddaddy's Grado. It's not your daddy's Grado. It's not the Grado from last fucking year. This was the best thing Grado had made, and the only reason it was because it was DSP corrected. And I was like, oh, well, that's it. The only Grados I'm going to like are going to be the ones that are fucking powered, self fucking powered headphones and fixed. And then these came out. And now I'm imagining, what if they made a wireless set of the Hemps? And then whatever minute fucking problems this driver might have, they could just fix that too. I'd pay AirPod Max prices for that, Grado. Get on it. You know why? Because there'd be no fucking wire! And you could run a balanced amplifier. When it's like that, you have two amplifiers, because that's what you do. I don't know how many people are going to actually... Because here's the thing. You have to overcome the thought of this attached cable. I'm sure that people are going to pop up on Etsy and eBay and fucking hi-fi guides that are willing to do the mod for you. Probably, I wouldn't charge less than like $75 to $100. Send me your Grado Hemps. And for $95.99, I will send them back to you, and they will have an attached cable. I have a detached cable, and then you buy whatever cable you want. That's what there's someone's going to set that business up and fucking profit from it. Because these headphones are I'd pay for it right now. No one's doing it right now. I can go into my fan base, into the $10 chat, and the patronage chat, and be like, hey, anybody want to do this for me? And someone will raise their hand, and I would let them. But I'm going to do it because I'm angry. I'm pissed. And I want to do this because I need to do it. Because these headphones, I don't want to leave these headphones. I don't want these headphones to leave. I look back on this review in my head because I'm replaying it currently. And I'm like, wait, did I describe how it sounds well enough? Like, well, you're going to ask me to compare. Well, Zeus, what about the Harmonic Dyne Zeus? $350 for that, $420 for this. I had them both out. I had both that headphone and this headphone out for the review of this amplifier. And both are in tremendous headphones. And by that, I don't just mean like tremendously good. I mean, when you put sound on, it sounds tremendous. It's this big sound. These are more open, more airy. These are more surprising than those. And I love those. Those are fucking those are the upgrade to the Civica Phoenix. It goes Civica Phoenix, Harmonic Dyne Zeus, fucking Hemps. And like, you can't ask me to compare these to like the Sundara because it's a completely different fucking sound. Well, the Sundaras are very clean and accurate and wide and this good. These are just more everything. What do they have? More. How about that? More. They're just more. They're more money, so we could say, okay, there's $70 more. So, but yeah, I take these over Sundaras every fucking moment of the day. Legend of the Phoenix. Oh my fuck. There's just, if I sat you down individually, every person that's watching this video, on this table with that wallpaper and this Class A amplifier, it doesn't have to be this Class A amplifier. It sounds the best on this, but it could sound good on an A90. We'll do this. Watch this. Let's. Oh my God, it sounds so fucking good on everything I plug in. How about you? Jesus fucking Christ. I can't enough these headphones. All right? I can't enough. But there's some shit that you as the end user is going to have to overcome. And I don't know if we have to start a fucking petition or if I have to go to fucking Brooklyn and complain in person, but this shit needs to stop. This shit needs to stop. This whole shit, like, I get it. It works. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? It's broken. Fix it. It's broken, fix it. Like, if I had a detachable cable, it might not be as bad, but you know how many people I've met whose Grado headphones have done this because they just don't pay attention a lot. It's just done this, and it's done this over and over and over again, and they just keep pulling this wire. Just keep pulling this wire, and then all of a sudden it's got this, like, twist in it. And I'm like, what happened to your Grado headphone? It's like, ah! How do you live? How do 3 generations live with this? You're all born. Is it like witchcraft? It's like, no, the cables must be attached or the devil will rise. Are there some mythological shit I don't know about? Because this should not be the fact that one bends in. You know how much time I've been I have to get my fucking heat gun and just fucking try to straighten this out because it doesn't want to go away. It doesn't want to straighten out. It doesn't want to go. It's, I want to touch your neck again. Spaceballs is playing over there. I could hear it in my I am braking rig. Oh, we're backwards again. Left and right. Of course, I could just flip around any fucking way it feels like. Yeah, I love these headphones. I love them to death. I love them enough to fucking make that thing, and they're gonna watch this video. Someone's gonna watch this video, and they're gonna go, shit everyone said before. I will not stop for here. This has to be fixed. These are too good. The masses need this. All right? Assholes are buying. Please, people are buying AirPod Maxes. AirPod Maxes. Do you know what the fucking... I bought one. And then granted, this is not the same fucking like lineup, but there's people out there who just spent $600 fucking dollars plus. And they think an AirPod Max is the be-all end-all of headphones because Apple made it, and therefore it was designed in California but manufactured in China. It's obviously the best. Holy fuck! These! I need everyone to own these. But if everyone buys them and no one complains about the shit I'm complaining about, they're just going to be like, well, obviously it's fine because no one complained about it. So we need to somehow buy these, love them, and yet still be angry at the Grado boys. How do we do that? What kind of fucking marketing campaign do I have to like? Is it going to be like a riot? Do I have to like contact Antifa so that it's like, oh yeah, no, they're fascists because of The Wire, but we love them, so we'll support them from the other side. We'll wear the support our fucking police badges while funding Antifa. But it's all about Grado headphones. I got a real good political grasp in the world. It's just we got to play all the sides. We got to play every side to make this happen because I want these to be a thing that everyone understands. But they need to fucking fix them. It's very hard to do. You have ideas in the comments. Please go after me. Yeah, sound demo for these in the description. I'll probably modify them on a live stream. Wednesdays and Sundays I live stream on Twitch. And I have a bunch of headphones I said I was going to fucking modify. And I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I probably, actually, if I'm going to do the mega stream, I had promised this, I'll say it again, because I love when people annoy me about it. I promised to do a mega stream where I do like a 12-hour stream or however long it takes. I'm going to line up every single headphone I want to modify, either change the type of connector or make it wireless. And I'm going to line them up on a table. I'm going to buy all the parts. And I'm going to do a YouTube live stream because I get more people on this channel. And I'm just going to go and I'll let people throw money at me in the super chat while I'm just like soldering and complaining and reading chat and soldering. And this will be this might be the catalyst to that. By the way, these fucking foam pads, my cat is all over them. She was down here like half an hour ago and I'm just like, oh God, take back your hair, Chewbacca. I'm done with these headphones. I've sound demoed them. I've just finished the review. I will not stop listening to them. They are addicting. In fact, I almost feel like I need to listen to Daft Punk because of the Random Access Memories is like the audiophile album. And I would point these as the most audiophile sounding headphone Grado has ever made. And there's this Class A amplifier, or even, I really have to test these on the new Diablo. I have the IDSD Diablo upstairs. And so far, from like the one headphone I tried, I'm like, ooh, that might be the ticket. So I'm gonna try these on that. But yeah, no, this is war. We're at war now. Because they'll just keep making, if they can make 1,000, I don't know how you'd even improve this. That's the thing. Because I think about headphones like, all right, they can make a more expensive version. This would be even better. I don't think they can. I don't think they can make a better version of this as far as sound goes. Every fucking thing else, everything after this cup can be improved. Every single bit of it. I like the leather though, but the wire gone, and then this fucking bridge, the plastic looks like shit, and the slides don't stay, and it's gonna break, and you gotta fucking bend it. Everything else can go. I like the box because I threw the box away. Just throw it away. You know how many boxes of these headphones I have because I can't throw them away because they're too nice? Well, I mean, specifically like the Stellias is like literally a leather bound thing, and I'm like, I'm not throwing that away. But I don't mind when an under $1,000 headphone just has a cardboard box and throw it away. So yeah, no. One of you done good. One of you did the sound for this and went, yes, this sound, make it happen. But then somebody else is like, no. I'm surprised why doesn't the true wireless one, why doesn't it just have wires that are permanently attached? You can use a Bluetooth, but there's a wire attached anyway, just hanging down, big fucking wire. This wire, just do it. That's why these are my favorite Grados. And I'm probably still going to use these more. As much as these are better than these, there's no wire. There's no wire. They turn on, they Bluetooth, and oops. Not saying that I want Bluetooth version of these. I mean, I do want a Bluetooth version of these, but just like a lightweight, these would be my every fucking moment cans. I take out the gold planar GL 2000s, and then I pull out these. And to tell you the truth, I don't even know what I would compare or contrast because they're so different in delivery. Where the gold planers do layering, and these, all I can say about them, and it's fucked up because I really want you to understand. I think the length of the video and the fucking wallpaper helps, but These are the creamiest motherfuckers I've had. They cream all the music. Whereas the gold platers can be very layered and detailed. And I don't even care about any of the words that audiophiles use to describe headphones when I'm listening to these. Because it's one of those, you just have to hear it. You just have to hear it to believe it. Headphones. And that's it. And I'm going to put it back on my head with my new little labels. And I'm going to plug it back into this amp, which is not balanced. I wish I could plug it in fucking balanced. And I'm going to set it to low Z is more direct and high Z is a little more relaxed. And just ultra relaxing, like a relaxed set of cans, is just like, oh my fucking God. I could just, so loud. This will make you, this is deaf concert loud. All right, I'm done. I have to stop. What's her name from fucking Girl in Panzer? That's the American girl with the American flag. Because Grado's made in Brooklyn, which is in America, which is New York. I'm a native New Yorker. I'm from fucking Yonkers. I was right there to go to Brooklyn and get pizza. Actually, I have family that lives in Brooklyn now. But yeah, no, come on, man. Just these are big changes, but they're not when you really look at the perspective of what happens in fucking the headphone world. She's not a Karen. I'm a Karen. Fuck. I know your name, baby. I'm so sorry. I think it starts with a K. Anyway, download her wallpaper in the description. You can crop that out, put it on your phone if you wanted to. Link to these on Amazon because fuck it. I want them fast. Although these I think took more than the prime time to deliver it. I'll link to all the other shit. Link to these. The sound demos down there, like I said. I don't know what else. Maybe I'll link to a Google Maps so you have the Grado fucking factory and you can go there and write up. You can graffiti their walls. Detachable wire, which is a very long graffiti, so don't get caught. But it's like please, like X with wire, like wire, like no wire, like that. I'm not saying that. Please don't do that. God Almighty, I'll make the fucking news. I can't remember her name. All right, I'm done. Sound demo in the description. It'll come out tomorrow, and new review after that. And it won't fucking matter. I'm glad I'm running out of headphones because I want to sit on these for a while. Like I want to just to be like the last headphone for like a good solid 2-3 weeks that I have to listen to because it's all I'm gonna listen to for 2 or 3 weeks. I'm just gonna fucking pick up my Class A amplifier and just fucking rock these back and forth. I might take them to bed again. These would be my bedroom cans if I could just actually sleep on my. I'm a side sleeper. I can't do it. Anyway, are we done? I'm pissed. Fuck. All right. Don't forget. Oh, Patreon and Subscribestar support this channel. The Patreon and Subscribestar money bought these headphones because no one was sending them to me. And if you get the Patreon and Subscribestar for $5 a month, you get to see these videos early, which is probably going to be very important for people. If this comes out public and these are not on Amazon or they're not $4.20 anymore, then that's because the patrons all bought them or Subscribestar people bought them. So $5 a month, see these reviews early. Get into the yard sales where I might sell some shit. I might sell the 60s. I might sell my 60s because I don't need them anymore. They're unnecessary. They were just cheap and great. But no, they're not great anymore. Now these are great. I'm not going to sell these because I use these too much for live streams. But yeah, no. So $5 a month, see reviews early, participate in the yard sales, 1st to 10th of every month, free shipping continental United States, 1/3 shipping international, and then for $10 a month, you get in the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat where you can ask me questions directly and hang out with a bunch of people, and we'll do setup help, and I'll show you pictures, and they know about this already. The people on the phone, the people that live in my phone on the Telegram app, they know that I am fucking in love with the Hemps, and people in there are already buying them because they're like, they actually get to know before anyone knows. They know when I know. That's what they're paying for. So yeah, if you want to join that, that's $10 a month. And then Hi-Fi Guides and the Hi-Fi Guides forum. I'm really, you know what? I haven't checked if the Hi-Fi Guides forum. K. Her name is K. K-A-Y. I knew it started with a K. I think it was K. Hi-Fi Guides and the Hi-Fi Guides forum. I'm not logged in. Let's see if headphones official open back. Because there's official posts for every headphone. I want to know if they're here. How many fucking headphones there are? Jesus Christ. So there's so many headphones with so many replies. All right, these are the Hemps. Let's just type H-E-M-P. Grado limited edition Hemps. We've got 223 posts. This was made on July 2020. Homeboy made it. Thank you, Homeboy. I wonder if they need burning in. No. This guy, look at this guy. No. You're wrong. They're so good. By the way, someone has a review from June 2020. I should really watch some of these. I don't watch reviews. So I'm gonna do the dragon thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to post this review there because they're very nice, less aggressive than other Grados. That's all you have to say? Less aggressive than other Grados? They're the fucking greatest things ever. Okay, I'm done. K is done. K wallpaper. I'm done. Check out the forums. We're gonna have a big fucking argument there as I fucking drop this on there, and I'll see you tomorrow for the sound demo.